Welcome to the first video on our GAMSPy tutorial series. Today's video will be a quick guide on how to install and set up GAMSPy and which tools you need to do it. So let's dive right into it. The first tool we need to start working is Python. Using Google search download Python and click on the first link that shows up. This will take us to the Python website and it should automatically recognize your operating system, Windows in my case, and then we are going to click on this button here. This will download the latest version of Python, and you have to execute that file to install it. The next step is to choose our coding tool, which in our case is Visual Studio Code. There are multiple tools that will get the job done, but this is the preferred one among our developers at GAMS, so it's the one we recommend. In here, we are going to open a command terminal by clicking Terminal, New Terminal. Now we can check if we successfully installed Python by running the command python -- version, and it will tell us if we have successfully installed it and which version we have. Then we are going to create a working directory. We are going to call it test_video and then access it. Okay, the next step is to go to the GAMS website at gams.com, and here we are going to click on Documentation and GAMSPy. This will access our extensive documentation on GAMSPy, and you can read more about what GAMSPy is, how to get started, and even some very cool examples. But for now, we'll stay on installation and licensing. Here we'll navigate to our operating system, in our case Windows, and PowerShell. And we are going to copy these lines of code, then we'll go back to Visual Studio Code and we'll paste them in our terminal. And what this will do is create and activate a virtual environment. A virtual environment is like a sandbox where you can work and mess around, and it will not affect the rest of your machine. Python virtual environments keep projects isolated, preventing dependency conflicts, ensuring reproducibility, and maintaining a clean development setup. When the virtual environment is active, we will see these green brackets with its name here at the beginning. Next, we need to install GAMSPy, and we can do this by simply running the command pip install GAMSPy. This will automatically download and install GAMSPy inside your virtual environment. Now GAMSPy is installed. If we run the command GAMSPy-h, we can see some of the help documentation, but we can also test it directly with an optimization model. So we'll create a new Python file, let's call it testpy, and open it. And if we go back to the GAMSPy documentation, we can access our model library. And here there are tons of models ready to run. So if we choose, let's say, a simple LP problem, and we use this button here to copy the raw file, then we can just paste it in our Python file. Save the file and run it using Python. And here we can see that it has successfully run this model and found an optimal solution to it. Now, every GAMSPy distribution comes with a demo license, which will allow you to write and run models that are not too big and complex like the one we just tested. But if you do have a license, whether it's a commercial or an academic one, this is the time to install it. So if you are an academic user, you'll get your license from our academic portal, which we covered in a different video. But basically, once you have your license's access code, we need to run the command GAMSPy install license, followed by our access code. Now you have GAMSPy and your license installed, and you are ready to start creating and running your models, which we'll cover in the next tutorial video. Now, one last important thing to mention is that each time you finish working on GAMSPy, and for example, you close your terminal, then when you want to work on the same environment again, you need to reactivate it. In order to do that, we'll open a new terminal, go to our directory where our environment is, and then if we go back to the GAMS website, go to Documentation, GAMSPy and Installation, you can then just copy this line of code here, paste it back in the terminal, and as we can see in the green brackets, our environment is active again, and you should be ready to start working on GAMSPy normally. So that's it for this first installation video. If you have any questions, make sure to check our extensive documentation, read our community forum, or get in touch with us at academic@gams.com. Until next time!